Good morning. Today is day 65 of moving mountains beneath my feet. I know the numbers aren't going to match because I've skipped some days on the podcast, but I've done the hike, which is moving the mountains. It's 87 days around the sun, which is 278 days left in the year. And this is confirmed to be episode 42. I went back and looked. And so I haven't done this in a few days. I was on a retreat. I just got back yesterday. I was in the rainforest. It's quite a deep experience. I'm not sure exactly I'll be able to fully describe and talk about it yet. I think that'll unfold over the next few days. But I had some stuff I wanted to talk about. I had a weird dream last night I want to get into. It was really vivid, really weird. And so, excuse me, leaving this retreat, coming home yesterday, I was with, like 15, 16 people. We went really, really deep over the weekend, saw some really transformational things go on. And I felt really, really deeply sad when I left them, when they dropped me off. I really missed them, and I couldn't shake that sadness for a while. Most of the rest of the day, and even into the night, actually. But yeah, anyway, I don't know why I said that, because it has nothing to do with my dream. Well, I don't think it has anything to do with my dream. So my dream was this. I saw an alien world. It didn't feel like Earth because it was things that were different about the planet. For example, the water was very dangerous to life. Like you couldn't be in the water if you weren't made for the water. And so anyway, long story short, it was just, there was people there. So there was humans. And it was just much like this place. People were living and loving and thriving and struggling and striving and trying and chasing and going after things that they wanted. Everything that the human experience has here on Earth. And in a moment, something happened. I can't exactly remember the details. It was very detailed and very nuanced in the dream. But then as I woke up and I decided I need to write this down, I started to lose the detail. Like I would grab for it and I couldn't remember it. But what I did write down and what I could remember was this. Some sort of, maybe an asteroid or something happened. I don't know what the event was. But essentially, it gave the whole planet 30 minutes left to live. And most people didn't know. Right? Most people, there's a very small few amount of people who actually knew that all life was going to end on this planet. And there was about 30 minutes left. And everybody, and I just saw everyone in all of their experience. Some people were striving, some people were struggling, some people were unhappy, others were happy. And here's where it relates to I guess what I was saying, that I miss these people. Now I'm understanding and talking about it. Is that had something like this taken place while I was on this retreat, I was with these beautiful people that I love, and the world ended, it would have been a beautiful ending. So I was with these people, and so beautiful. I guess also another thing that's coming up is my mom had surgery yesterday. This is in real time. I'm just talking about this. And I saw her on video. And it was hard to see. But anyway, back to this dream. So I was witnessing these people living, some people loving, some people hating, and they only had 30 minutes left to live, and they didn't know it. And it was almost better that a lot of people didn't know, because if you did know, then you would have spent your last 30 minutes worrying, scared, in fear of death. The inevitability of death is what came up for me for this dream. And how are you living your life right now? If you really don't know, I can say this, cognitively you understand this, but can you really live like that? Can you really live like you don't have another day? You don't know if you have another day. There's things that are so outside of your control like a fucking asteroid coming in and plopping into the ocean and drowning everyone, right? This is essentially what happened in my dream. And the people that knew they were going to die, some spent it in agony and suffering. Others, I saw particularly people who, lovers, people who were in love with each other. They spent their last 30 minutes with the people that they adored and they loved, and it was beautiful. And others who did know and could accept the inevitability of death, they also too were able to appreciate the last 30 minutes without letting sadness overtake them about the ending of all life on their planet. This is really profound, the dream. I'm not sure exactly what it means. I'm sharing it here in real time, but what came up was that death is inevitable, and are you really living with the people that you truly care about, you love? Are you loving as hard as you can? Are you giving as much as you can? Are you enjoying as much as you can? Are you laughing as much as you can? Are you being as silly as you can? Are you being too serious? Are you taking life too seriously? Like, all of these questions come up. How are you living? How are you experiencing this world? Do you have things that are holding you back that you allowed to hold you back? If you knew you only had 30 fucking minutes left, I know precisely the people that I would reach for, I think the mom thing was new. That was a surprise for me right now. But I guess it makes sense. We're all headed to an end, right? And the time that we have here is a gift. It's precious. I learned this with, just the time that I've been able to spend with these people. Like, having it come to an end was hard, and but it was beautiful. And I want to create more experiences like that, more experiences where there's more love and joy and connection and growth. There was so much growth that happened. I'm going to have to do this over several episodes of things that I saw. I witnessed some of the most beautiful transformations I've seen in my life, some really beautiful things. Last year I had one myself. Like I said, I met the woman of my dreams last year, and this year it was just beautiful to see her and her mom there, and transformations that took place. That was one of my favorite things that took place, was witnessing mother-daughter connection and the healing and the growth. Another man was there who also had some intense releases of deep emotions, and I felt something about that, because I've been feeling the nudge of helping men, right, to deal with their emotions and what that means for everyone in the world, in their world specifically, the women in their life, the other men in their life, right? How I believe that men are supposed to lead, and they have to lead with vulnerability, not this hard, fake strength that's outward. It's a deep inner vulnerability that comes with dealing with your shadows and dealing with your emotions and dealing with who you are deep down beneath all the lies that you tell yourself. Who are you, right? This podcast was kind of, I knew it was going to be weird. I knew it was going to be all over the place, but this is what it is, right? Moving mountains beneath my feet. It's raw, unedited. It's just what comes up for me. And so I'll have more. I'm going to do my regular podcast with Elsie tomorrow. May the love of people find you. She was there at the retreat as well. I'm sure we'll talk about it. There'll be more to come from this. But with that, I'm going to leave you guys. I appreciate you. I love everybody. I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful, magical day. Blessings.